and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we are feeling the chill and sending shivers up your spine as we talk the top 10 scary things found frozen in Siberia. Siberia is a vast region of Russia and the Arctic that is largely uninhabitable. Spooky things out there under the ice. Okay, before we get into this list though, why don't you guys let me know how cold it gets where you live. I'm from the UK, where the coldest it really gets is about -5°C in the south where I'm from, but right now I live in Toronto, where it can get as cold as -30°C or -22°F. Let's have some ice chat in the comment section down below. I love talking about weather, I honestly really do. Also, while you're down there in the comment section, why don't you leave a thumbs up on this video and let me know your thoughts of everything, just everything, no pressure. Also, before we get started, I want to draw your attention to our new channel, Top 10 Beyond the Screen. We're doing all sorts of content over there. We've got an amazing host called Jocelyn. She's brand new, so go and give her some love. She's talking about Netflix, movies, and more, so head on over and tell her that I sent you. Also, do stick around to the end of the video where I'll be reading comments from a previous one. Alright Siberia, what have you got hiding in that ice? Coming in strong at number 10, we have zombie worms. Wow. Worms frozen for over 40,000 years were found in the melting Siberian permafrost. As the earth warms up, tiny nematodes were discovered, having been officially dead for 42,000 years. Guess what? When the frozen worms were warmed up, they came back to life. Now scientists are studying them to see exactly how they managed to survive such a lengthy freeze. Answers could help us with our own journey to viable medical freezing. Also, this isn't the last you'll hear about the good old permafrost and its Pandora's box of uglies. Stay tuned. Coming in at number 9, I actually think this is really weirdly cute. We have an ancient woolly mammoth. Yeah, I do really find this dead animal carcass cute, and I don't know what that means for me. Found in a Siberian ice tomb, the surprisingly intact and hairy carcass dates back 39,000 years, and the most amazing thing is that it actually still had blood in its veins, which means that maybe, just maybe, one day we could clone it. Can you even imagine? From this discovery, we could bring back woolly mammoths, fluffy elephants. I'm here for them. Woolly mammoths mostly died out 10,000 years ago, but some were walking the earth as recently as 4,000 years ago. The female mammoth was found in the New Siberian Islands area and has gone on tour in parts of the world so people can see a slice of the history it represents. Anyone else find it cute? Let me know. Coming in at number 8, we have the mystery circles. Whoa, take a look at these circles. Who made them? Was it aliens? I feel like the answer is always probably aliens. Before we talk about the circles and exactly who made them, I want to talk to you about the frozen lake on which they were found. This is Lake Baikal, the deepest lake in the world and the holder of 22% of the Earth's fresh water. Lake Baikal is 1,642 meters deep, so as you can imagine there are all kinds of hidden fishy mysteries in there. Half of the year the lake is very frozen, and in 2010 mystery ice circles appeared, sparking alien conspiracies. In the end, it turns out the circles were the work of an artist called Jim Denovan, who said that actually it was the largest work of its kind in the world. While this may not have been the work of aliens, it does seem that the lake has been producing naturally occurring strange circles that have been noted by astronauts on the International Space Station. As of yet, we don't have an answer for those. We're back with the permafrost at number 7. We have good old anthrax. What fresh hell is lurking under the thawing permafrost? Oh, anthrax. Good. Great. In 2016, one boy died after contracting anthrax, and 250,000 reindeer had to be culled. This was all when an ancient strain of the deadly substance was unleashed in Siberia. Where did it come from? Everyone's favourite mystery bag, the permafrost. It seems with global warming, ancient viruses that have laid dormant under ice for thousands of years are being unleashed once again, and we have no modern cures. Hip hip hooray. While we know modern day anthrax, ancient strains are quite different. Also, we kind of have an understanding of anthrax, but it's heavily speculated that there are all kinds of hellish pathogens that we haven't met yet. We haven't seen them as modern humans, so being exposed to them could be very dangerous. If we were now suddenly exposed to them, we could get deathly ill from sicknesses that we don't yet have cures to. Coming in at number 6, we have meteor rocks. Can you imagine a fireball from space breaking up and raining hot rocks from the sky? Honestly, that would be crazy. So in 2013, a meteor exploded over the small town of Larissa Vybayakova in Siberia. The impact blew out windows and made for quite the racket, but the people of the town got very excited. They were quick to go out foraging in the snow for the space rocks and were keen to sell them in excess of thousands of American dollars. Now, according to an article in the New York Times, under Russian law, a person can gain legal title to a meteorite, but only if it's reported to the authorities and submitted to a lab for tests. Now, the laboratory will charge 20% of the estimated value of the object for certification. Who knows what little slices of space that these rocks are containing? Could there be signs of alien life? Oh, back once again. Hello, permafrost. What have you got for us this time? Coming in at number 5, we have mercury. Mercury is a deadly substance, and should it enter the food chain, well, it wouldn't be good. It seems that the world's largest reservoir of mercury is currently frozen in Siberia. As our mate the permafrost melts, a motherlode of mercury is waiting to be unleashed and pollute the environment. Mercury poisoning can cause brain issues and birth defects. The amount of mercury in the permafrost regions is 10 times higher than mercury introduced to the atmosphere from burning coal over the last 30 years, just to give you some perspective. Coming in at number 4, we have the doorway to the underworld. Near the Yana River basin in Siberia, there is a super big crater, and honey is just getting bigger. Why? Well, it seems like the ice around it is melting, making the land erode. Now, this has come as a result of deforestation. The ground is no longer shaded by trees, which means it gets a full beat of the sun in the summer months, meaning accelerating melting. Officially called the Batagayka crater, locals call it the doorway to the underworld, and they avoid it like the plague. As it keeps on growing, maybe that's a good shout. Although that being said, the earth underneath it has been frozen for thousands of years. As the ground thaws, there are probably some really interesting and no doubt scary discoveries to be made in the pit. Hello there, at number 3, we have an alien! Aliens in Russia. Honestly, sounds like a really good band name. I'm gonna write that down. It seems in October 2017, a man discovered what appeared to be a dead alien buried in the snow. The extraterrestrial hunter filmed the incident and sold the footage to a Russian TV channel. It received national news coverage, and people were very excited, but understandably quite concerned. Luckily for us, it was uploaded to YouTube, so you can see all the bluish, yellowish looking mutated corpse for yourself. Do you want to look? Don't say I never treat you. Ugh, I don't like that. Really grim. So it turns out the Russian Interior Ministry waded in and called the video a hoax, sensationally claiming that actually the corpse was made up using mulched up bread and chicken skin. Ugh. But I have to say, could there be another reason the Kremlin is calling the footage a hoax? Maybe Russia knows about aliens, has aliens, and they don't want us to know about it. Conspiracies with Rebecca. You're welcome. Coming in at number 2, we have the monster. What is this monster all about? I have no idea. This monster was found by miners in the Sakha Republic area of Siberia. It appears to be some kind of small, unidentified mummified beast with a bird-like stance and fangs. I don't like fangs. As we know, plenty of ancient animals have been found in Siberia, but at the moment we have no idea what on earth this wee beastie could be. Scientists working with the carcass believe it can be dated back to the Mesozoic era, which would put it anywhere between 66 million and 252 million years old. By the look of this fanged monster, I'm honestly quite glad I wasn't alive back in those days. Yes, I have saved the scariest till number 1. You're welcome. It's 54 severed heads. Brilliant. Okay, warning, this is actually pretty grim, so if you want to look away, do it. I don't blame you. So in March 2018, a bag containing 54 severed frozen heads was found in the snow near the Siberian city of, I'm gonna try and pronounce it, Khabarovsk. You're probably watching from Siberia thinking, no, that's not how you say it, Rebecca, but I'm thinking the important thing here is the 54 severed heads. So first up, one hand was found, and then 27 pairs of hands all lined up in a row in the snow. Now, if the dismembered body parts were part of some kind of Easter egg hunt, it was all just the beginning. It all led to the bag of severed heads. Now, if you don't want to see the severed hands, maybe close your eyes now because I do want to show you a picture. Bandages and hospital-style plastic shoe covers were reportedly found with the grisly haul. Were these the hands and heads of murder victims, or is there another explanation? Theories in the local media say that they could be discarded waste from medical students. Honestly, whatever it is, why were they arranged in rows like that? I don't like it, it makes me feel queasy. Take it back, Siberia. I don't want any of this. So guys, that was the top 10 scary things found under ice in Siberia. What did you think to this list? What do you think is the scariest? For me, it has to be the diseases or the severed body parts. Don't feel good about any of those. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to let me know how cold it gets where you are. Apparently it's going to be -10 in Toronto next week, and I'm done with it. It's March. Make it stop. Okay, before I bust on out of here, I want to read some comments from a previous video. I am responding to your thoughts on the top 10 intruders people thought were ghosts, but they actually weren't. Alien Exists said, can you guys please make a Native American urban legends video? I think that's a very good idea. I don't know why we haven't done it, so yes, tentative yes. Deku Utsi Midoriya said, one of my scariest ghost experiences ever was when I was 10 years old. It was 5 in the morning and I decided to go outside to feed my dogs. Then a dark figure ran past me and I knew it wasn't human when I saw it. Why were you feeding your dogs at 5 AM? I think just make them wait till morning and no scary ghosts for you. Sarah Gordon said, aw, raccoons are sweethearts. We had them when I was little. They have little hands, they're so soft like leather gloves. I love them. Good! I feel good about raccoons as well. They're like, raccoons. Raccoon Appreciation Society. Started here. Okay, I'm gonna go because I've started babbling about raccoons. But if you like this video, do make sure you give it a good thumbs up and share it with a friend. And don't forget to head on over to Top 10 Beyond the Screen and tell Jocelyn that I sent you. Also again, more thumbs up on this video, more sharing with friends, more love for us. We love it. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!